back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. We are back in effect. My name is Neal, Rhul. That guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, he's in the house. Big Mike Gentry's in the house. He's got a Red Wings pullover today. He's taking a break from hoodie season, which is back running wild. There it is right there. Crispy. Spencer Raxter here in the house as well. Just wanted to report he is not broken.
I'm not broken.
He's steadfast.
I am.
Holding strong. We'll get into it, Spenny. I have some questions. I do.
It fucking sucked.
All right, fair enough. Not good timing on that one. But you guys got a shot to make it right, though. The schedule's up there. You guys play Duke, right?
Yes, we do.
Beat Duke and everything's cool, right?
Exactly. You beat Duke.
Get revenge on the
It's
Dukes.
like it never happened. Yeah.
There you go.
It's just...
You know what you can do? If you guys beat Duke, you can whitewash it, like JJ McCarthy's 140 yards and 3 picks against Bowling Green. That never happened.
It's, the thing that is why I'm not freaking out or upset is that is the worst shooting game they're going to have all year. This is a team who led the Big Ten in three-point percentage last year, shot 5% from three.
1 of 20.
1 of 20. Jaden Akins, Malik Hall, and A.J. Hoggard combined 6 of 33 from the field and 0 for 12 from beyond the arc. The starters were 0 for 16 from beyond the arc.
It is Tuesday.
It is a rest in peace Tuesday. We are back in studio,
played,
so we are
Gentry.
back in effect. So BMG just getting the fingers loose there on the button,
Keeping them warm.
He is ready to go. D-Mac, what's popping, man?
No, nothing. Obviously, excited into the heart of hockey season. Anybody who was talking to Mikey before the game. Big win by the Wings the other night against Boston at home, comeback win. So tonight they're at the Garden, Madison Square Garden, New York Rangers. You know, one of these teams that's expected to go deep and contend for a Stanley Cup championship. So, you know, I like our spot. I like it. It feels like we're getting into the season. You got to like being 7-4-1 after 12 games.
Yes. And D-Mac, I've been waiting to talk to you about that. I'm glad you brought it up because it reminded me. Here's the deal. That game, look, I always talk about how games are in a vacuum, right? And some games are tougher than others, and you wouldn't think they would be, but they are. That was a big win in that vacuum because of this. They got off to the hot start. They really struggled for a couple of minutes, especially offensively, but they got right, and that was a big win, D-Mac, because it brought them back on track.
Well, when you compare, like you just said to Spenny about how disappointing State's lost to James Madison, but if they go out and beat Duke, Wings lost at home to Florida, but came back and beat Boston. So it's sort of evening it out. You look at the start that Ottawa's got off to, right? We talked about it all along. It's Detroit, Buffalo, Ottawa. Who's going to make that leap?
Yeah.
Right? So it's so important to get points now. You look across the NHL, there's dysfunction everywhere. You look at what's going on in San Jose. 10 games, they got 10 goals. Right? So you got to like your spot. I like our spot right now. And yeah, there's questions. You know, the goaltending is always going to be a question. The fact of, they're going with 6 or 7 guys. Can they stay healthy defense? But I like where they're at. They're slowly but surely, coming into their own. And even you feel this, Neal, right? The water's leveling. And this is sort of more or less what to expect them to be in the game and to compete and to beat some of the top teams in this league.
Nick Lucido in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump into there. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. And then while you're at it, subscribe to that Woodward Sports YouTube channel, and you can jump in the chat as well, like Nick Lucido does, and says, hey, it's an RIP Tuesday. It is. Thank you, BMG. Little pause there for effect. Build tension in the room.
Yep.
I like it.
We want your smoke, Nick.
He
we
says
want that
that.
smoke in the garden tonight.
Rangers versus Wings tonight. We're coming for your boys, D-Mac.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I do. I'll be tapped into that one. I'll be locked in.
You have to be because this is a big game, obviously, and playing in Madison Square Garden. You know what the best part? And it's exciting for some of these young guys who haven't played at Madison Square Garden, but you want to get there a little early because as you're walking through the confines to the locker room, Neal, you go through all the pictures of all the concerts and the wrestling and all this. It's all there. It's like a museum. So you got to take, first time you're at Madison Square Gardens before the game, you got to take that extra time.
It's funny you brought that up because I did that yesterday. So we played at Ohio State yesterday. Led for 30 minutes of the game, let it slip away. Had a bad 3 minutes inside the final 5 minutes of the game, and that's where Ohio State took advantage. The Ohio State won 79-73 over the Golden Grizzlies. Was not a good basketball night in the state of Michigan yesterday. I think that is safe to say. But walking through Value City Arena, and that's something I like to do all the arenas we play in. You know, we've played in. Somebody said, "Congrats on your 11th year of calling Oakland basketball." Thank you. I appreciate it. We've been in every We've been in every great arena in the nation, D-Mac. And I actually thought about this last night. It's funny you brought that up. I do like when we walk in, you know, the bus pulls up and we walk in and walk back to the locker rooms and everything. Most arenas have that, right? Like the big moments they've had. And it's all cool. It is. It's very cool. You see kind of the big-time people. I do enjoy seeing that.
And because, obviously, it's Madison Square Gardens.
Right.
You know, like one of the
that is the one I haven't been in yet.
Epicenters of entertainment, right, throughout the years. So, and it's funny because when you get there, if you watch, Neal, where the bus comes, like you literally have to go up and up and up and up and up. So to walk through it, you do need, it's pretty cool to know the security guys there because they can show you where all the good stuff is.
We're back on this stupid-ish. I forgot about that. Jack Stark, D-Mac, new Oak Island tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Let's go. We're finding it this year, and you know it, all of us. Absolutely. We'll have an update tomorrow at the beginning. Yes, fired up.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on. Who's fired up?
Red Wings
Let's
game
go.
or
Give me
Oak
your fired
Island?
up for
D-Mac.
Oak Island.
Red Wings game or Oak Island?
Both.
No. You can't
Yeah,
watch
you can.
both. You can't watch
Ray
both.
just said he's going to watch CMU Western on one TV and the hockey game on the other. Why can't I watch Oak Island
Because
on
you
one hockey
can't
game?
physically watch two things at once.
I can. Well, I guess you know what? Then I'll keep my phone on the updates. Maybe I'll turn Ken Cal on, or turn whoever's doing the radio broadcast on and watch Oak Island and tune to the game.
So
after.
you'll be watching Oak Island.
Yeah, it's early in the season.
So
This
it's
ain't playoff hockey yet. Come on. Priorities, Neal. Priorities.
BMG, your thoughts?
I'm disappointed a little bit, D-Mac.
What's that?
I said I'm a little bit disappointed. You could just record Oak Island and watch it after. You can't give up on the Wings this early.
I'm not giving up on the Wings.
Giving
But
up on
how do you
watching
know
them.
it's not when I don't? How do you know that it's not when I don't watch that they do good?
Okay, that could be true.
Right. So
but
maybe it's like just
that could be true. But how do you know they're even going to find anything on this episode when they haven't found
doesn't
anything
matter,
on
man.
any
They're going
episode?
back in.
How long's
It's
the show been
irrelevant. They're going
I
back
don't know.
in.
My family watches it too, and I told them that D-Mac's so into it, and I have no idea what the hype is around that show.
I don't either. Guess what? They're not finding anything.
Yes, they are.
They
This
never
year
find
they are.
anything.
This
How
year
are you
they
going to
are.
come back and watch next year if they find gold all of a sudden? Or for the last 14 years, however long this stupidity's been going on
How
for.
long has it been going on, D-Mac?
This is the 7th season, I think.
So this is
It's going on for a while. Well, they
Spenny.
still got to lose, dude. The legend. They still got to lose somebody else. Somebody else got to die before the treasure can be found.
Spenny, you tap into this nonsense?
No.
Thank you.
No, I do not.
Yeah, but you support D-Mac and his nonsense,
Yeah,
right?
no, for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, D-Mac, you know me, man. Whatever makes you happy and makes you, keeps you paying your
Absolutely.
taxes. Like I'm all for it. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But I also reserve the right to kind of chuckle at it.
But there's a connection because the Oak Island Laginas are from Traverse City and stuff like that. So I feel like
bring them home.
Bring them
Bring 'em
home.
home.
When are we going to find some gold in Michigan? Bring it
'em
home.
Bring it
No,
home.
we got to find it there first.
Are they going to bring the gold home?
Absolutely. This season. Oh, it's season 11. I'm sorry. Yeah, season 11.
11 years.
Jesus.
When I started calling Oakland basketball,
Absolutely. They're
was
on the
with
Neal
Oak
rule.
Island.
There it is.
I was a different man back then. Mike G. James Madison is hailed as the father of the Constitution for his pivotal role in drafting and promoting the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights.
Here,
Yeah, he also owns slaves.
I'll come clean, right? I'll have it on record and I'll flip back, during intermission. Or if we get down, then I'm turning on the hockey game. If the Rangers score first, there's a method to the madness.
Okay.
I'll start
that's all
out
I'm
with the
asking
Wings
for.
game because it's on earlier.
Pete Smith, don't worry, Neal. This is Sparty's year, like every year since 2001.
Oh, it makes sense. Jake Wagner, thank you. Neal, you know you're connected because it's Oak Island University. It's like Oakland, right?
Oakland, Oak Island.
Oak Island,
11 years.
seasons.
Wow.
Wow. You know more than you're letting on.
I guess I do.
Wow.
I guess I do.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, no, that... Okay, anyway, let's see. Nick Lucido, there's a better chance of them finding Oak Island treasure than the Wings getting a W tonight. Man, the New York, the resident New Yorker is talking that talk.
He's ishing it up. Well, we'll see. You're supposed to win, though, right?
All right, here's a genuine
Isn't
question.
he supposed to win tonight at home? The
Rangers are supposed to, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're first in the Metro and coming off a loss.
Metro!
Yeah, Metro. But yeah, and they're coming off a
That was
loss.
pretty good.
So
Spenny, that was better than people
really
gave it
good.
credit
Yeah,
for.
that was a good one.
All right, thank you. Hoof-hearted, and this is a genuine question. I also share an hoof-hearted question. Haven't they dug up the entire island by now? What have they been doing for 11 years?
They had
Just
to get
talking
the
about
They
it?
had to get the testing back, and this is all about the different holes and stuff like this. They've been drilling in the wrong hole. Spenny, you know what that? Spenny drilling in the wrong hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be fun.
You got to
whatever.
regroup.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Might be fun, but you waste some time. For
Yeah,
sure.
wasting time.
Oh, please let the commercial be here.
This guy will not stop coming, dude.
Oh, I wish it was 11-14 instead of 11-11 right now, but it's not. How am I going to bring this one back on? Hey, Chargers won yesterday.
Yeah. Against the Jets.
How was that record this weekend?
No,
Neal?
Neal, like real quick though, does that change your feeling going into playing there next Sunday as far
No.
as the vibe? So you think that the way that the Chargers are playing or whatever, it's one
the
of those
spot,
games?
D-Mac.
It's the spot.
It's the spot. It's not an indictment of the Lions and the franchise as a whole. Again, I don't believe they're going to go 15-2. So you start working backwards. Yeah, so you start working backwards. Where are the losses? This is a spot right here. And the Chargers, they're up against the wall. They are. They can't take too many more L's. And they're at home. It's not, again, this is a vacuum game, everybody. This is not a referendum on the Lions as a franchise, no more than it is a celebration of the Chargers being, quote, back. This is the spot. I don't like it, I don't pick it. It picks me. And, again, D-Mac, the season's not over if they lose because they got a very, very winnable stretch of games coming up. And they will. And they'll close down this division probably towards, the middle of December-ish. They'll lock that thing down, and everyone will move on. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm sorry. It's just the way I see it. I'm paid to tell you how I see it.
Is there any line? Is there a line that like over 3 points or something with the Lions getting it that you would take them? Is there a fine line right
Lions
there?
minus 1.5 right now.
Yeah, and the Chargers, like last week before this weekend's games, the Chargers were a 1.5 point favorite. So I would be comfortable if I were going to go in. I would be comfortable because I think that's going to be a pick 'em by the time they kick the game off. I think that for real. So if you want the Chargers, I would advise getting them now and taking the 1.5. But that's just me. Again, I don't. They don't suck if they lose the football game. They don't.
They still control their destiny.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing.
And it's tough, man. It's tough. So
You know what's not tough though?
what's that?
You know what's not tough? Haircut. Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams. All expenses paid. Suite to the 2024 NCAA basketball tournament. The way that Sparty started, Spenny, doesn't look like they're going to be there, but they can bounce back. That's right, no expense spared for you and 5 year best buds to cheer whoever you want. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week, walking anytime. It's wicked awesome.
And for over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef as well. That is not tough either because it's always cooked to perfection. Experience a Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks. Best ribeyes ever in my life I got from Fairway Packing Company. Go to fairwaypacking.com.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That is exactly what Mark White & Associates offers. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement by Mark White & Associates. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
We are off. We are running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Darren, McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there and let us know. Super Saiyan Lions fan. Chargers beat up old line from the Jets. There's no way they do that to the old Lions. And it's to me, that's a great segue, number one, because I do want to get caught up. Yesterday I was away doing college basketball. There was 184 college basketball games last night.
Wow.
184.
Does that include the female too? The women's?
No, that was just
men?
No, it wasn't. I can't remember if they included like Division II in all that.
But men's basketball?
But yeah, I mean, there was a ton
cow.
of games. So it was wild out there. But college basketball is back. Not for Michigan State, though, apparently. They got a memo they'll start later, Spenny. They're going to start later. 1 of 20 from 3. You're right, though. They will never do that again.
Yeah, 1 of 20 from 3. Like I said, the starters were 0 for 16 from 3.
Yeah.
Outside of Tyson Walker, who had an amazing performance, the starters had like 8 combined points. Malik Hall, A.J. Hogard, and Jaden Akins combined 6 of 33 from the field. It's never going to happen again.
What did Tom say after the game?
He said he didn't expect 2 seniors and a junior to play like that, and he'll play the freshman if he has to. Well, Tom, I love you. You should have fucking played him last night. Cohen Carr and Xavier Booker should have been in the game. Jeremy Fears should have been in the game. Those guys couldn't hit anything. They're missing layups. They're missing putbacks. Like, I understand you ride with your older guys, but come on now. You got to play these young guys. You got to play these 5-star recruits, especially when those guys are 6 of 30 from the field.
We're going to go to it in the second hour because I have a basic question for you that I want the answer to.
Okay.
All right. That's it. I'm not setting you up or anything, Spenny. It's a genuine question.
That's fair.
All right. That's fair. I do need you guys, though, to bring me up to speed. Montgomery, Ragnow, Jonah Jackson, Dan Campbell. I did see the tweet that said, quote, they're trending in the right direction. Spenny, I'll go to you just to kind of bring me up to speed real quick. What is this coach speak? What is the story? What are the people saying?
This is, I don't know if it's coach speak or not, but here it is from Matt Broder. Head coach Dan Campbell believes that David Montgomery, Frank Ragnow, and Jonah Jackson are all trending in the right direction ahead of Sunday's matchup with the Chargers. I'd like to hear that. We haven't really heard too many updates other than that. I'm just happy we'll see what's going on. Hopefully those guys can play because the offensive line looked great even without them. So hopefully they're ready to go against the Chargers because they're going to need it. Like you said, that pass rush with Joey Bosa, with Khalil Mack, it's going to get home, and we need those starters out there to give them our best look.
And D-Mac, I'm kind of glad the Chargers were on Monday night last night. I did get to catch most of the second half when we were leaving. But I think we forgot, right? Because we kind of poke fun at the Chargers. I know that I do, and Justin Herbert. A solid fantasy performance from Justin Herbert. Was very No wonder Sam Flannel likes him. Loves J.J. McCarthy. No passing touchdowns. Justin Herbert yesterday, mid at best. But you forget those names. D-Mac, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. we laugh at them, but it's not a clown show over there.
Well, you forget them until you
gotta see 'em.
You
Right.
see what they've done, and that's 2 games in a row. As Joey Bosa has been all pro. Started against Chicago. These guys are veterans. They get on a roll. So the fact that you mentioned your running back, David Montgomery, who's your, the thunder of the Lightning with Gibbs, you need him back. Frank Ragnow, obviously all-pro center, and Jonah Jackson. So even though Spenny said, yes, we're confident with what Hank Fraley and this offensive line, whoever he puts out there regardless, but you need these guys back in this game if you have to have a better chance to win. Because we saw how disruptive last night against the Jets that defensive front was for the Chargers, and it's confidence. When you're a professional athlete and you get confidence like they have, you feel like you can do this, and especially when you've done it before at that level. So definitely it'll be something that those 2 guys will have to be game planned against for sure.
No doubt. And I want to see, because again, I go back to this and where I stand with it. The Lions offensive line is their best unit on the football team. It's arguably the only top 3 unit that they have in the NFL. Right? I don't think I'm getting out any loose limbs out there when I make that declaration. It's just, I want to see them full strength, because while they've done a good job of getting through it all, of still winning football games and getting through it all, you don't get the same vibe though, D-Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like Panay is still 7 yards deep every running play. He's always helping the running back up all the time because the running back gets tackled next to him, because he's already down there, or he helps him up in the end zone. But I want to see that unit healthy, cooking. That's what I want to see.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that when we're sitting right here at 6-2 and we haven't been healthy, right? We haven't had our full display of lineup throughout. So getting these guys back, that's why, when you can win going into your bye week and you give guys an extra rest, that's the biggest thing to the guys that are playing, to the Deckers and stuff like this. So you'd expect that they're going to be as healthy as they've been throughout this season. So I expect all these guys to get out there, because you have the luxury, right? If you need to hold them out for another game, like you said, this is the game to hold them out. Because if you lose, it doesn't change the direction of where you're going.
Right. And that's...
But I expect to see all 3 of those guys.
Super Saiyan Lions fan says the Chargers are playing on short week. The Lions will be healthy. There's no way the Lions lose to the Chargers. I think that's a bit aggressive when a team's a 1-point favorite. That's an aggressive statement. You know what I'm saying?
Although if you back into it, you look at the time off, having to play Monday night and having more of a short week, and you're coming off a bye. I mean, that should make it a pick 'em right there, right?
No, I would agree. I would agree. And it is. Look, again, the way I think about the game, just being in the vacuum, being in the spot that it is, you take your chances, right? We can agree on this. I think we can all agree on this, that this should be a close football game.
Absolutely.
1-possession football game. That's the nature of the beast in the National Football League. So, we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. And I just don't. And I know this is probably bad to say when you do this for a living. I just don't think that there's a lot to say with this football game, because it's health dependent, right? Can the Lions get some of the guys back? And then number 2, you get to that spot in the fourth quarter of the football game, D-Mac, and want a chance to win. And can you go and do that, either defensively or offensively? Can you make that stop? Chargers at home in LA. And look, we can twist those things, right? Like the short week and coming off a bye. I forget what the exact number is, but teams that are coming off a bye, East Coast teams or Eastern time zone teams that go to the West Coast, the record's awful.
Okay.
Awful. And I don't know why that is. But I'll lean on you, D-Mac. Why is it hard to go play on the West Coast?
A lot of times, if you're going right out there, like some like people say, like the time change or something like this, and if you do it all the time, like when we were Detroit and we were like
in the Western Conference,
East and the West, you get used to it. It's the norm, right? You have no other way. When you're in the NFL, you only do it so many times. So, my question is I think they'll be ready to play. But out of all these 3 guys, Monty, Ragnow, and Jackson, if you can only have one of them to come back, who is the one that you want back in this game? Who would it? Ragnow?
Yeah, no doubt.
Ragnow?
No doubt.
Absolutely not. So it's so imperative because if you get Monty back and stuff like you're talking about, because that's bell cow. That's running the ball. That's making it tough inside the tackles and stuff like this. And it'll be interesting to see now that Jahmyr Gibbs has a lot of confidence how they use both of them together because we haven't really seen that.
Giovanni Mosheri in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, one of the more talented teams we're going to face for the rest of the season. And again, Giovanni, I'm with you on that. We poke fun at him and stuff like that because of Justin Herbert, but it's not just Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen's a dog, an absolute dog.
So is Eckler.
Austin Eckler is a beast, man. Somebody's going to pay that man. He's going to buck the trend. And if I were him, I would dip out of there.
Me too.
After the game that they kind of ran.
He showed a stat last night that he's got the most touchdowns since 2020 or something like this, all purpose.
People sleep on him.
He gets slept on.
Man,
hard.
they do. Big time. Chuck Brewer, remember the Ravens had no chance flying back from the UK. Exactly, Chuck. You see what I'm saying? And that was a spot game. We talked about that all week going into that. I was like, guys. So, again, it's one of those spot games. Again, it doesn't mean you're bad if you lose a football game. No matter how it happens, it doesn't mean that you're bad. Nick says he's a terrible running back, though. 47 yards. LOL. How many carries do you have? Do you have 10 carries or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's look, Eckler is the weapon. He catches 100 passes a year. 100 passes a year. Real cream of wheat. Chargers have name brands all over the field. Can't believe they're not running the AFC West. Well, there's another name brand out there in the AFC West that's kind of tough to deal with as well. Here on Mark M. Chargers D is sus, and the Lions can contain Eckler. Lions should be able to score points and get enough stops to pull out a 10-point win. Here on Mark M. I would take the Chargers plus 9.5 for anything in the world.
Yeah. Plus 9.5.
Well, he's saying the line's going to win by 10. Yeah. I'll be a sport about it and take 9.5.
I would too.
Okay. Let's do this when we get back because this has spawned a question that's going to be a good segue into the next topic as well. But hey, one of the topics I like is hanging out at Hamlin Pub because it's a kind of place where everyone is a regular. That's what they do. Whether you're having half-off Pizza Thursdays, which is going on in just a couple of days, or the game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, Hamlin Pub is the place. We have all our fantasy drafts there. It's just a good time. The bourbon flows. The wings get eaten. You know what it is. Visit any one of the 7 Metro Detroit locations today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports. It's Hamlin Pub.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Here for 5 Iron Golf, Down Detroit's newest sports bar. They got the 13 TrackMan simulator, certified golf instructors, but most importantly, a full bar and a restaurant too. It's not just golf down there. People got the ping pong going, all those kinds of. They got skee ball down there, all of it. It's a fun night out at 5 Iron Golf. The golf leagues are going on now. You're never going to be able to play golf again in this state. We're getting into that time. It gets dark at 5 o'clock now for some stupid reason when it was just light at 6 o'clock, but whatever. I digress. You can't go play golf because it's going to be 28 degrees every day for the rest of your life. 5 Iron Golf is the play. Join a league. Keep that game sharp all winter long. Go to 5irongolf.com. You can compete nationwide for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. Sign up as a foursome, an individual, whatever you need to do. Go to 5irongolf.com. Use promo code Woodward10. Get 30% off your league fees at 5 Iron Golf. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, and Darren McCarty, and Big Mike Gentry, and Spencer Raxter. And all of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And in the chat thread, Dwayne Wright, Lions 40, Chargers 12, book it. Dwayne, I will take the Chargers plus 27.5. Right? Would you take it, D-Mac?
Yeah.
All right. Pistons fan 11, game's going to be tough, no doubt. And you asked the question during the break, D-Mac, and because I do feel like Austin Eckler is maybe the most slept-on star in the National Football League. I don't even think
not
maybe.
in fantasy.
He is. Even then, though,
Really?
man. Yeah. Like, in your guys' drafts, where did he go? 4?
Nah, like late first round.
Really? So that far back?
Yeah.
In my 2 other leagues, he went in the top 5.
Yeah. Like 4 or 5?
Yeah.
He's a 100-catch running back. You know? Like he is. I don't get why he gets slept on, man. But he does. And
Probably West Coast bias.
That could be.
You know what I mean? Like where you don't see him. I mean that still comes into play because when you go out west, where's all the attention? San Francisco, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. James Miller got him 6th overall. Mason says, we need to win solely because 7-2 sounds elite and 6-3 just sounds good. It does, doesn't it? Like
Yeah,
7-2, you're like,
That is fair.
Yeah, that's dropping nuts.
but
Nuts on table. That's what that was.
I know, right? I know. But you're absolutely correct.
Now here, let's a little bit deeper though, right? Because I see in the chat thread, and our own Lucas has brought things up. The Chargers aren't the Ravens, right? And the Chargers traveling back home on a short week, being an older team, coming off a bye, being the Lions, being a younger, fresher team. There has to be something there where it gives you confidence that if you have this team, that you can go out and win this game. But again, the spot tells you no. But again, if it's different, go out and win the game.
Go out and win the game. No, absolutely. If they do win this game, which again I'm not calling for, but if they do, that is an eye opener, D-Mac.
Is that
in a season
the
full
league a little bit more? The rest of the league, or is this the eye opener to us as fans?
I think to us as fans it should be, because this would be a huge win. I think that this would really change a narrative, because again, I'm not calling for 15-2. If they go there and they win this game, then I think 14-3 is definitely in play. Definitely in play. And if 14-3 gets you, you know what that gets you.
Home field.
Right. This is, and I don't want to overstate this. It's not a, quote, referendum game or anything like that. But D-Mac, if they win, see, so when I talk about games being in a spot and being in a vacuum, right? If you lose, this is actually a good opportunity, D-Mac, as you said. If you lose, okay, you win out west. Chargers kind of playing for their life still. They're right in the thick of the playoff race in the AFC, and it's going to be tough for them. If you lose, I can deal with it. But you got to go win your next 2 home games to validate it. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. That being said, if they go out there and they win this football game, D-Mac, then that changes my perception of what this season can be.
So, and then my question, thinking about it, is why can't this team, especially if they're healthy and have Frank Ragnow, Jonah Jackson, and David Montgomery back, can they not go into San Diego and do what they did? Because this game is more like the Kansas City game to start the season. You can set yourself up for success, right, by winning this game. And I think that going into Kansas City at the beginning of the year was a tougher task than this is. because I don't have the respect for Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert, right? That I think that if we go in there, we can exact that sort of will on them. I'm still not confident, like, in betting them, but as the week gets closer and we become healthier and we hear that we have more of a full team, right? That gives me more of the confidence because, again, change the narrative. And it's those guys on the field that can change the narrative. And they did it in Kansas City, so I think they're going into this game. You're going out west. It's going to be warm, right?
Yep.
So I don't know. I think as the week goes along, I'm going to have more confidence in what the chat's saying, not blowing them out, but winning this game.
Sand Lion says, why is it an eye-opener just because you don't believe that they can? I didn't say. When did I say I don't believe they can win? I never said that. Like, we're analyzing the game, man. Like, we're sitting down talking about it. And I think I've got a kind of a proven track record here, D-Mac, of signifying and identifying the spot, right?
You think?
The spot. So, again, here's where I think it is even tougher than the Chiefs game, D-Mac. Spot dependent. Again, guys, the Chargers are playing for their life now. They put themselves behind the 8 ball. They're playing for their life. They have to win their home games going forward. Have to. They don't have a choice. Especially over there in the AFC. That was a huge win to get on the road at the Jets. And again, they have to turn that around and validate it and win a home game. Am I too nuanced with it, D-Mac?
No.
Okay. Is it too granular?
No, but I just think that when you, like a lot of people in the chat said, is when you're breaking out the schedule, you had this as this was one of the losses.
Yes.
Right? I think you have such a better opportunity where you're at, the way the schedule is, the way the time off and everything else to get guys healthy to win this game than I don't expect a Baltimore performance. Right?
Right. And Lions fan, like that's my point about it, why it's eye-opening, because you went into the teeth of everything that's against you. Just the spot, again, with the Chargers, who have kind of put it back together a little bit. Now, when push comes to shove, it is Justin Herbert. And if he's at home and everything, and, you know, they get because, guys, remember this, too. You know what you're walking into here. They get that holding call, you know, against the Lions, kind of a ticky-tack holding call that kills a drive. Those are all the little things that go into all this, right? Now, at Baltimore, they got cooked. That's just the way that it worked. They got cooked. Under no circumstances were they winning that football game. Not a call, not a play, not a player being available, nothing. That was an L. From Jump Street, that game was an L. So, again, there are all those little minute things that happen that always seem to happen to you when you're on the road that don't happen to you when you're at home. Is that fair, D-Mac?
No,
you walked into it before.
That's true, but you know, to all this is that stoked, not scared. You got to be stoked that you've put yourself in this position to go out there and do that.
No doubt.
That's the opportunity. You're not looking at this, we got to travel out. No, we're coming off a bye. We're getting healthy. This 7-2. They're preaching that too, Neal. To be able to get there, it's a big difference 7-2 than 6-3. Just because it makes the rest of your schedule, which is one of the easiest ones, 31st in the league, you just set yourself up for success. Just like it's a lot like preaching the first game of the year against Kansas City. You win that game. What happened? Then you were afforded the loss, even though we didn't like it, to Seattle at home, and then bounce back and boom, this is where we're at.
Yeah. So again, I mean that's kind of where I was with it. And yeah, you get this one, man. That's a big time win, man. That is a huge big time win, especially because look. Here's kind of the reasoning for me. Say they do lose, say they're 6-3. You look ahead. The Bears and the Packers at home. Auto wins. Non-negotiable auto wins. You know what I'm saying? You get through that, you're 8-3. Then you go to the Saints. That'll be a tough ball game to win. On the road there, it'll be a tough ball game to win. But you put yourself in the spot. If you do get that win, you're 9-3, and you're going to Chicago, and now we're off and running. Because once you get to that, you get to 9-3, then everything's in front of you right there, and now we go to work and we see who's who. Because everybody's in the pressure cooker then. You know what I'm saying? That's where this game now, the circumstances might be different if it were 4 weeks from now. But it is right now.
Right. So
the Chargers are in the meat of it. So, again, spots have a lot to do with it. You get to 9-3, man, and you're rolling. And then you're coming home and you're playing the Broncos. Now it's full go. Now it's full send. Now where are the Niners at? Where are the Eagles at? We take stock. We look around. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. And here's the one thing. The last 2 games that the Chargers have won or whatever, Brandon Staley hasn't Brandon Staley. He's due to Brandon Staley.
He is. That's fair.
He's one of these unbelievable bad coaching decisions. We got to make him pay when he does.
No question, D-Mac. No question. They have their own demons. Ultimately, that will do them in. Because as you know, in professional sports, and just sports in general, even college sports, when you lose, D-Mac, it's your weakness that kills you 9 times out of 10. It's not a surprise when you lose.
No, absolutely.
Spenny will tell you. Michigan State, Syracuse, number 3 overall pick in the draft.
Yep.
Sitting on the bench.
Fucking Ben Carter.
Ben Carter.
Yeah.
The weakness got you.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's
for
sure.
When you lose, man, that's the way it goes down, D-Mac. It's the weakness that gets you. Hey, I had to buy some pet food. You know where I went this weekend?
Did you buy? You actually went out and got something for Hunter?
I did.
The cat? Hunter, the cat.
Hunter the
Brandon
cat.
Cat?
Yeah.
Well,
AKA Brandon Cat.
You obviously went to Premier Pet Supply because Premier Pet Supply is Michigan's best pet store. When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations. Over 60 brands of food. Lowest prices and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Time for football. Glorious Cannabis is dropping new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. A gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. Trust me, they are so smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Code word Woodward Glorious. Go to www.gloriouscanna.com. 2 N's in Canna.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, and Darren McCarty, and Spencer Raxter, and BMG, Big Mike Gentry, and a crispy little Red Wings white pullover today. All of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread, jump in there, get your thoughts in there. I'm talking Lions, Chargers. What is today, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
That's it?
That's it.
Feels like it's later in the week than that, doesn't it?
Daylight savings time.
Every day's Saturday to me, so...
Daylight saving time. Just give me the one where it's late, where it's light for later, and just leave it alone. Sorry.
No, that's why you're back.
Every year we go through
inside.
this.
That's why you're back inside, calling basketball games for your 11th year.
Dumb, dude.
What?
Dumb.
Oh, okay.
Why go through this?
Oh, man. Hey.
And then 6 months later, we do it again. Why? Just make it the one where it's light at 9:30 in July. Can we just do that one?
I just like the one where I get extra sleep. I think that's this one.
That is this one.
You got an
We
extra
don't
hour.
want this one.
You get an extra hour.
I think it's the age discrepancy. The youngers want this.
When that clock hits 3 a.m. and it goes back to 2 a.m., it's a good feeling.
Or when it hits 2 and it goes back to 1, you get that extra hour drinking.
Yeah.
Good feeling.
It's a good feeling.
Now that I did celebrate.
Yeah.
That was a big night for our crew back in the day.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Wyatt Byers says, and he yells this, I will vote for the candidate for eliminating daylight savings.
That's all. That I should run, and that'll be my only platform.
Candy corn and daylight savings.
Yeah. 2 things I'm going to eliminate. Messing with the clock and candy corn. That's it. The rest of the stuff, I'll figure it out as I go. Roads, funding, all that stuff. I'll just figure that out as I go. Foreign policy.
Mike G, I'm throwing a flag,
Yeah,
but that's funny.
That's stuff you can learn on the fly.
Yes, I would agree. So, again, I don't understand why we got to go through this all the time, but we do. All right, Sam Laporta.
Yeah, my guy.
We talked about Austin Eckler and being under the radar with what's going on. I feel like Sam Laporta's really been going under the radar. Lions PR tweeted, the only tight end in NFL history to accumulate 40 catches, 400 receiving yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns through the first 8 games of their career. Sam Laporta. That's it.
First tight end, 8th person of any position to do it. Yeah. Do you think he's getting slept on?
Yes.
Now, I'm not sleeping on him. Obviously, he's my guy and stuff like this, but he's arguably, for sure, in the top 10. But he could be right around, 5 as a rookie guy. And do I expect him to continue this? Yes, because we see the relationship that Jared Goff, and we've known this because what do we see when Goff has confidence in a guy, that his go-to guy. Number 1, Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown, but that tight end position. And how good does Brad Holmes look for that TJ Hawkinson move, right? To not only for the money and stuff like this, but you've utterly improved at that position, and the stats tell you that.
It is, and I don't... Here's the deal. Here's what I think. Here's what I suspect, D-Mac. We have fallen in love. And this is why Amon-Ra St. Brown gets slept on, too, nationally. In this day and age of fantasy and offenses and passing the football, if you're not somebody that comes out and catches a 60-yard touchdown with some sort of regularity, then you're just viewed as less than. You just are. There's like a bias against guys. And you know what it is, too? Like, in terms... Sports are about usage, D-Mac. When you're put in those spots more, obviously, you're going to have more of those style of catches, 60-yard touchdowns and things like that. St. Brown... Laporta, everything is more controlled with what the Lions do offensively. And it really bothers me, guys like St. Brown and Laporta as well, because there's not this great sex appeal with these, stiff arms and taking the ball 55 yards down the field. Obviously it works because the Lions have one of the best offenses in the National Football League. So obviously it works, D-Mac. It's just, for me, I've grown tired of that. I don't want to say like it's an anti-St. Brown or anti-Laporta movement. I'll stop short of that. But I am tired of things like that we just saw, that Laporta's doing something that tight ends have never done in the history of this game. People still talk about Kyle Pitts and like, oh man, Kyle Pitts, you wait. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Kyle Pitts. Going to be waiting for a very long time. The sex appeal that everyone else seems to get all the time, I'll never understand it, D-Mac. Those are hardcore numbers that have never been accomplished by somebody at this position in this game. Think about all the tight ends that we celebrate in this game.
Even Sam Flannel can't argue with those stats.
Can't.
Right? Like the first tight end in history through 8 games. So even if you are sleeping on him, how can you can't sleep on that stat. Now, the conversations, can he keep this pace up? The argument is probably not, but then I say to you, why not? Right? Because I believe he's only going to get more confidence. He's only going to, develop more of that relationship and trust. I think that the receivers, like with Amon-Ra healthy and Josh Reynolds, like he's such a valuable part. And not just in what he does receiving, you see how important he is in the run game too. Like he's out there every play, right? That's the value of it too. So I'm not going to hang Sam Laporta on his stats and expect him to keep up and be, the greatest tight end in the first year in history. But these stats tell you something. Tell you that the job he's doing, and I believe he's only going to get better.
Yeah, and the numbers would suggest that. That it's still there. Even bizarro Brandon Katz agrees. Says the Lions have too many weapons for opposing defenses to hyper-focus on Laporta. He will also be improving every game. I expect more of the same from him all season long. So bizarro Brandon Katz agrees with you. Spenny, why is it, man?
I expect that out of bizarro Katz.
Why is Laporta slept on?
I don't know. I think he's starting to get recognition. I mean, people are taking notice of him. Other tight ends are taking notice of him in the league for sure. And it's not just his, Iowan brothers in George Kittle and people like that. Like Travis Kelce talks about him a lot on his podcast. I think he's starting to get notice out there, and he's starting to prove that he's already putting up top 5 numbers in the league as a tight end. So it's impressive.
No, it is. But again, there is no juice.
Yeah.
No juice nationally for this guy. And to walk in and do what he's done, especially at the tight end spot, has never been done by a tight end before. On
Nobody's
a rookie
ever
deal.
done it before. Absolutely. And there it is. Right? Look at the guys that are doing it. It's the guys that are cheap. It's the guys that are drafted. So, again, it goes back to, trust in Brad Holmes.
Cameron Snow asked a question, Spenny. Can he win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
No, not a chance.
C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud is winning it, hands down. Dude just had 470 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, like the most by a rookie ever.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a great year, but C.J. Stroud is playing like a top 10 quarterback already.
I
know.
Talk about breaking that mold of Ohio State quarterbacks,
That's
right?
for sure.
He's
already the best.
Right. Do we agree with that, right? Like, this kid's the real deal.
Yes.
If you haven't seen, go watch that game-winning drive.
Answer 14. I think you need to watch more sports shows, Neal. Sam is getting his flowers from all over the country. What have you been watching? Answer 14. I would argue that he's not even being put up on the proper pedestal here in this city. Did you see the tweet that we just read? No tight end ever has done what he's been doing. Ever. The world famous Kyle Pitts. The impenetrable Kyle Pitts. Travis Kelce didn't do this. Gronk didn't do this. Shannon Sharp, who was really a wide receiver, but gets classified as a tight end.
Hawkinson's first game, he was a quarter of the way there in his first game. Still didn't do it.
Oh my God.
Spenny, we were able to, and when I say we, I mean Brad Holmes. He was able to get compensated to get rid of him, to not pay him $15 million a year, to draft his replacement who's better.
Yeah.
That's one of the all-time robberies. They should talk about that with stagecoaches back in the 1800s when the guys would have the little bandana over their nose and their mouth.
Yeah, give me the jewelry.
And they would stick up. This is a stick-up.
Yeah. Give me all you got.
He robbed them without a gun or a ski mask. In the division, too.
Yes.
In plain daylight.
Hey, remember I always complain about, don't trade in the division. You can't make trades in the division. Well, you can make these moves.
You
So
do
be
what
it.
you want, yeah.
That's like that the flex of what it didn't cost you. You saved that much money, that $15 million or whatever else, and you got a better player.
Got compensated to
Give
do
him the
it.
flowers.
Yeah.
And I guess to the point that saying that you're not watching enough, that he's not getting the bouquet. He's getting a flower, couple
Yeah.
flowers. He's not getting the bouquet that he deserves.
Yeah, because Spenny put that on the show sheet, and I was blown away to, again, the historic nature of the numbers versus how he's talked about, because I'm just not seeing it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Harold Williams, Hawkinson is pretty good too. Not at $15 million a year. He's not.
I don't want those problems.
I don't either.
I don't want to put that money there.
I don't either. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jake Wegner, the outlaw, Brad Holmes. He did, man. He rode a horse up to the train.
I got, see?
Hey, Alex Stewart mentioned Greg Olsen, former tight end, who does the broadcast, just listed him as the third best tight end in the league.
Greg Olson's good on the broadcast, too. I like Greg Olsen.
He's okay. He's all right.
It's getting better.
Better than Al Michaels.
Well,
Yeah, but Al doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
is Greg Olsen getting $11 million a year like Al Michaels is?
No.
$11
He's better
million.
than Tony Romo, too.
I would agree with that.
Tony Romo just makes weird noises.
Yeah, it is. It is weird.
All right, Tony. Yeah. All right, relax, Tony.
Jim, ooh, ah, ooh. No, Al Michaels makes $11 million.
Just what, one game a week?
Yes.
Talk about robbery. NFL, give me all your money.
And he's doing you the favor by being there. Listen to
Yeah.
him. He's like, give me my $11 million and I'll do this for you.
He's like, here we go.
Yeah.
Chargers, Jets.
Prime.
Yeah.
Thursday Night Football on Prime.
Yeah.
To the point of what like former tight ends and guys that play coming out, I think you're going to see it as it goes on. It continues this season, the flowers that he'll get. Right? This is just the beginning.
It is
Somebody
just the
sees
beginning.
everybody sees that stat, and it's like, wow. But it does blow you away because you wouldn't think that.
Mike G said RG3 is good.
I don't. Yeah, I'm with. Like, I don't see it.
I don't really like RG3.
Yeah.
I feel like he's too much. He's extra.
I feel like he's ill prepared.
Yeah.
Like, what's he really telling you other than like shtick? What's he really telling you? Like, I'm convinced he doesn't read game notes or anything like that, dude. He just shows up and does the catchphrases. A lot of dudes in this profession that do that. Ha ha!
There you go.
I like Gus Johnson.
Thanks, Joe.
Gus Johnson's the man.
Gonna be a whole lot of furniture tossing going on around here.
Yeah, no Gus Johnson slander. That's my guy.
Gus Johnson's the man. He's electric.
Okay.
CJ Stroud.
Maserati Marv.
No one calls him that.
That is true.
Maserati what?
Marv.
No one calls him. No one has ever called him that. No one will ever call him. BMG,
No,
come on.
I've never heard that before him, obviously.
Yeah, me either.
And you're never going to hear it post him.
That's fair.
Gus Johnson is the man.
He's still the
though.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's electric.
Lyle Knight, Tessitore. Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
He's great.
Get him on Monday Night Football. Get him on a boxing match like 3 days later.
Yeah.
I do love that
Joe
versatility.
Buck fucking sucks.
All right. Here we go. Maserati Marv. Ha ha. Hey, rest in peace Tuesday when we come back. You guys ready for this, man?
Born ready.
You
Let's
guys
do
ready?
it.
I got a good one for you guys.
Y'all ready for this?
And it's Al Michaels. It coincides with Al Michaels as well. Planet Fitness does not, however, coincide with him. But it does coincide with me because it's the home of the judgment-free zone. I've been a member there for 3 years. I've accomplished every fitness goal I've ever set out to do with the help of Planet Fitness. Tons of cardio equipment if that's your thing. If some idiot's on there running for 7 miles, it doesn't matter because there's an army of cardio equipment. You're lifting weights, getting a good pump on. Your Spencer Raxter in there. It's back day for some reason. I don't know why, but
Shoulders today.
Shoulders today. Okay. He'll be getting it in there, and you can do it because there's tons of weight equipment as well. The 30-minute circuit, they're the Tupac of gyms. How do you want it? Because Planet Fitness, you can do it all. Squeaky clean gym, $1 down, $10 a month. That'll get you into your home club. You want to be a baller, shot caller, $24.99 a month, the black card. 2,400 Planet Fitnesses worldwide. All the amenities and unlimited guest privileges. You basically own the place. Go to planetfitness.com, join there, or just pull in the parking lot. You'll pass a couple on the way home. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Let's talk about Outdoor Equip Co., official equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan-grown, family-owned, bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, even weed whippers, Liberty trailers, Generac generators, SnowX plows, and salters. Outdoor Equip Co. has it all. Buy it, rent it, 0% financing, delivery to your doorstep. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
That is right, everybody. Welcome to hour number 2 of Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Ha-ha! Neal, Rhul, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, Big Mike Gentry as well. All of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. You know what it is. Rest in Peace Tuesday. We're back on schedule, back in studio. We bury somebody from the world of sports. Can be anywhere. We kind of focus on football a little more in the fall. I have a football one here today, but we go across the board. Darren McCarty, I feel the energy from you right now. You're going to hit leadoff today.
Awesome.
Who are you putting in the coffin?
This shout out, Tom Mazaway, your New York football teams. I could start at quarterback, whether it's Zach Wilson or Danny Dimes, who just blew out his ACL. You got Tommy DeVito coming in to save your day if you're the Giants. Zach Wilson ain't the answer. Both New York football teams, bye-bye. As good as your defense is, the Jets, he was proven last night that you can't carry the load. That's how bad it is. So whether you want it to be the football teams, the quarterbacks, New York, you're done. See ya.
Damn, D-Mac just put a whole city.
I put a city in the coffin.
The city that never sleeps in the coffin's going to sleep for eternal rest.
It's that bad. Both.
That was literally mine. So I'll take over for now. I'm doing rest in peace to New York Giants and Daniel Jones. You got Tommy DeVito at the starting QB. He's QB1 for the rest of the year, and it's already been bad. And
they're $35 million on the hook for him for next year too.
And Max Crosby told everyone to pull up, and he came through. 3 sacks. Man, he was just eating alive the Giants. The whole Raiders defense. It's going to be a long season for Giants fans. Rest in peace.
BMG, give it to him. Do you get the feeling they sold their soul for that playoff win last year? They made some kind of deal with the devil.
Dude, I don't even know how it actually happened. Like, looking back on it now and looking back on how bad this team has played this season, even with Daniel Jones in there, yeah, they might have.
Spencer Raxter?
All right. This one's going to hurt.
Oh, no.
RIP to the Lions, or to the Tigers trying to be over 500 for the next 4 years. RIP to them trying to have a winning season for the next 4 years, because Javi's back. El Mago opted in. 4 more years, baby. 4 more years of Baez. Fucking worst player in the MLB just opted in the $98 million contract. RIP to the Tigers ever trying to win more than half of their games for the next 4 years.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from ownership. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Because if you want to one day, and the Texas Rangers prove this, and I get used to this too when we talk about baseball. When we're in April and we're downtown and it's opening day and all that kind of stuff, get used to it. Because I'm going to stand up there, and what am I going to say? Hey, you remember that time the Texas Rangers woke up one morning and said, hey, we're going to be good. And they spent $1 billion on players. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
They won a World Series.
They got good and won a World Series.
Yeah, but they spent their $1 billion on good players.
Yeah. You could be like,
you can't spend $100 million on the worst guy in the league.
You could be like the Padres and take out $50 million loans
to try to meet payroll. Like, it's funny too. Like, their Bally's was the first one to go belly up. Like, they're like, hey, we could go belly up. Boom, they were like off the air the next day.
Yep.
$50 million to meet the payroll. But hey, they tried. And you know what? Maybe they're going to get that loan for $50 million and double down and go buy somebody else.
We are doubling down. I love to hear it.
I would love to hear it. Nick Lucido, one of our resident New York fans. See you boys at the draft next year. Number 1 pick. Yes, definitely. Definitely that one. That one is over for sure.
I think the Bears got the number 1 pick.
Mike G saying RIP to the Edmonton Oilers. Now, slow your roll a little bit, guy.
Yeah, I don't know. They look pretty bad.
They did.
But you can RIP San Jose.
Bring it up. RIP San Jose for sure.
They are a minus
10 goals.
They are a minus 41 in goal differential. They played 10 games.
They got 10 goals in 10 games.
Did you see that picture of that little kid? He went to his first Sharks game and he was holding up the sign, and then they put him, the broadcast put him on when it was 8-0, holding up the sign. I was like,
That's cold.
Poor kid, man.
I'll
That
tell
is
you,
gold.
just a little. Don't sleep on Vancouver. What talking
Yeah, they
those
look
guys have done. Elias Peterson. You don't see it out there. Hughes.
Bring
Hughes,
McDavid.
They're legit. That's sort of the team. These other teams is
And-
the San Jose's. Like Edmonton, you would expect them to find their level, but I mean, there's always more dysfunction. There's something that's always missing there.
Yeah, and kind of like the Red Wings, Vancouver's power play has been much, much better this year. So that's one thing that's
Bring
helped them.
McDavid home.
Bring him home.
Nay, but you didn't have to bring Almago home.
Nope, he just
Almago
He
stayed
stayed
home.
stayed home.
And this is gonna be home.
4 more years.
4 more years.
Douchebag.
4 more years. We should have made a graphic, a
4
Woodward
more
graphic.
Yeah.
Have that present. Yeah, have like
a picture of him holding his heart and like
with
American
confetti
flag
falling.
behind him and a bald eagle.
4 more years.
4 more years.
4 more years. All precincts reporting.
Yeah.
We will have 4 more years of Almago. Woodward Sports is calling the election right now. 4 more years.
So what do you got now?
Honolulu Blues Party. I can't believe they kept Baez. It wasn't up to them.
It's
It was
not
up to
them,
Baez.
yeah.
All right.
Same way as Rodriguez walked away.
Yep.
Yes.
We knew that was going to happen. So
And AJ Hinch sold his Birmingham condo.
He did. Around the corner from here.
Yeah. We should go.
R.I.P. My rest in peace. AJ Hinch coming to roast for coffee. No, I'm just kidding. All right, it's time. My rest in peace is to myself, is to Neal Rhul. In relation to watching primetime NFL football this weekend.
it's
Rest in peace. I'm not doing it. I am not. I will not. I will not turn these games on. I will stay away. There is no. You mean to tell me? And this is an indictment on all of you if you do this. The Panthers are at the Bears for Thursday night football. Al Michaels will be there, but he's getting $11 million to do it.
He's so pissed off.
I am not. Therefore, I'm out. I'm not tapping into that. And any of you know what? They say not to do this in this business, to kind of go at your listeners and go at your fans. But you know what? I don't care. If any of you people watch this game on Thursday night, then you're the problem. You're the problem. Everyone that complains about the streaming and the Amazon and all that kind of stuff, if any one of you watch Panthers at Bears, then you're the suckers. You're the problems. And guess where I won't be Sunday morning for the European game as well. I will not be tapping into Colts Patriots on the NFL Network on 9:30. I don't care what fantasy implications are. And oh, by the way, if either one of those guys are on your fantasy team, then you suck at fantasy football anyway, and you don't need to watch it. So I will not be tapped in to the NFL Network or whatever outlet has the European game. And guess what? I'll be staying away on Sunday Night Football as well. For the Jets at the Raiders. You can't just keep doing this to me and expect me to participate. I'm not doing it. I'm not watching any of those games. I will literally do anything else other than watch those games. I'll go to the dentist.
That's the only one that's got me intrigued because of to see the fall of the Jets and to see Antonio Pierce and what he's
I do not care.
That's the
I
only
will
one.
not be in there. I'll go to the dentist. I'll rearrange my closet. I'll polish
go to
my
the
shoes.
dentist.
I'll go to the store
Who
and do a
says that?
sock change out. You know, like when the socks get old and you got to go to the store and get a new package of socks. I'll do that. I will literally.
Watch the boys.
What's that?
Watch the boys.
Anything. I'll do anything else in the world.
Hey, take
other
Oak
than watch
Island.
this
You can
game.
watch Oak Island.
No, I won't do that either.
Well, you said you do anything. What would you rather do if you had a gun to your head? Watch Oak Island?
I would watch Oak Island.
Wow!
I would watch
Look at
Oak
that.
Island.
That's
Watch
how
the
much he
boys.
despises prime time.
I'm going to be watching Gen V. It's the boys spinoff.
Yeah?
Spinoff. It's really good.
Lucido, Neal, let's hang out at RJ's or Hamlin Pub. Ha ha. No, because the game will be on, Nick. No, I'm smarter than that, Nick. I'm not doing that. I'm not being involved. And any of you people that get involved in any way, shape, or form, you are the problem.
Wait, what's the Sunday night game?
The Jets and the Raiders.
Oh, God, man.
You're tapping in on Monday night, though, right?
What's Monday night?
Bills and Broncos?
Oh, yeah.
To watch Russ?
God,
No!
what the fuck?
Is this the worst prime to like the Thursday?
This is the worst ever.
The Europe game, all this stuff. Is this the worst weekend schedule
ever?
This
Ever.
is terrible.
This is
if the Lions didn't play, if this was their bye week, you'd have no reason to turn football on, right? Other than to check your fantasy team.
Like when Red Zone's on.
Can I name you the 3-4 o'clock games for this Sunday? The Falcons at the Cardinals, your Giants at the Cowboys, and the Commanders at the Seahawks. Those are your 3-4 o'clock games.
I will rake leaves. I'm not kidding you guys. I will rake leaves. I'll get video. I'll get a video.
You better.
Yes.
Because that's the other, right? Is it hard to rake it with bourbon in your hands?
No.
Hard to rake it with bourbon in your hands?
No, you can do it.
Okay.
I use my strong hand for the
Use your
rake.
strong
You know what
hand.
I'm saying? I will rake leaves, and there will be video of it. I will that's it. I will rake leaves on Sunday at 4 o'clock.
Spenny White Byers says cricket from Gen V is fire.
Yeah, she's hot. She's hot. There's a couple baddies.
You always look into that.
Couple baddies on Gen V.
Mason Gillespie. What about eating a package of candy corn?
Ooh.
Here's what I would do. And I do this for you, for the people. Because I know some of you are going to crack and you're going to watch it. And that's your fault.
I'm not watching Sunday night.
Are you going to watch Thursday night?
Definitely not watching Thursday night.
I might not watch past 4 p.m. When the Lions are off, I might be off.
And BMG, you and I talk about this. I've been converted on the red zone this year. I enjoy it. I do.
Red zone's the shit. That's why.
But fortunately for us, the Lions are playing at 4 o'clock on Sunday, so we don't have to consume the red zone. I'm tapping out of the red zone Sunday at 4 o'clock. So basically,
I forgot the Lions are at 4
outside of the Lions, I'm out on NFL football this weekend in totality.
Don't blame you.
In totality.
Don't blame you. Dude. Remember, if you want to catch it, we'll be live streaming the game.
Yep.
The away game here, the fellas.
Yeah,
4 o'clock sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be in there. We'll be in there doing it. Old Jarhead, I got 5 acres that needs raking. I'll buy the booze. You would have to get Pappy 20 year for me to get out there to do that.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah. Yes, it is, D-Mac. Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it at that. But rest in peace to me watching primetime NFL football.
Only game you'll be dialed into is Red Zone and then the Lions game this weekend.
That will be it. And you should be dialed into Swiss Insurance.
Well, we all have football on the brain. An exciting college and professional sports season. Fall is also the perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Give our friend Mark a call at Swiss Insurance today. 248-800-4177 or go to SwissINS.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Tired of wearing that same old Detroit sports merchandise? We got it for you. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Upgrade your Detroit sports wearables. The Stoke Not Scared t-shirt, the linchpin of the franchise. The Spencer Raxter-inspired Jack Campbell Meat Missile shirt. That is out there as well. It's beanie season. It's hoodie season. Although the president of the Hoodie Association, Big Mike Gentry, is not wearing one today.
I'll be back.
But if he does, it'll come from woodwardsports.com/shop. Get it in, guys. The best in Detroit sports wearables. Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, here in hour number 2. That was a fun rest in peace, wasn't it, D-Mac?
Absolutely. A lot of things put to bed. Like where your head's at, Mike.
Yeah.
We're always not too far behind.
That's fair.
Hey, Fred, real quick. This Saturday is Veterans Day.
Yes.
With shout out to all the veterans watching Big D Energy today. Thank you very much, everybody downtown.
Yeah, down at the VA, they're tapping in.
I don't know for anybody update. I have 11/11 on my wrist. That's my sobriety date. 8 years, no pills, no booze. On Saturday, I'll be down in Pickett Square where the BLAMI is downtown at noon, celebrating with our veterans on the great day. So thank you to everybody who's served, everybody, all the family members and all this stuff, and allowing us to do what we do. So it doesn't go unnoticed. And thank you for tuning in to Big D Energy and Woodward Sports. Like I always say, Woodward Sports is about you, the people.
Congratulations, D-Mac.
Yeah, D-Mac. Real talk, man. Chrome says thank you all for your service out there. But yeah, the vets, man, the heart of the people. But yeah, so again, we were just talking about that was a good rest in peace. I said, you guys were stunned at the primetime lineup.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that bad.
You know what they're doing to you guys with this, right? They're going to break you. The establishment's going to break you because you will literally take anything.
I'm going to watch Gen V.
I see it in the chat thread. How many people are injecting it in DNC injected in my veins? I'll be cracking booze early. I'll be dialed in. I like the self-awareness, right? The self-awareness that some people can't
see, but D-Mac
pull themselves away.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't. They can't stop it. And you have to be strong. Or guess what happens? The people need to make a statement. NFL football fans as a whole, the time has come. No more, to quote the principal in the movie, The Principal, no more. There will be no more. I will not take Panthers-Bears on a Thursday night. You can do all the color rush uniforms you want. You can do all the football on Prime, all of it. I refuse. I refuse to do it.
Well, the reality is that until your commissioner makes less than $50 million in a year, you got no chance. There's no incentive for them. They keep making more and more and more money, Neal, regardless of what they do, because we will ingest it. The gambling aspect of it is just, that's where they got you locked in. Hooked. So whether you go with great intentions, and we all do, but you'll swing by a game.
313 Kurt. I mean, I just love football, so I'm still going to watch the games. That's not love, that's addiction. Look, let's just put it out there, 313 Kurt. Can we do this for 313 Kurt right now? Can we all step in? I just love football, so I'm going to watch. No, Kurt, this is an addiction for you. Your friends are here right now for you, 313 Kurt. You need to do something about this. We just don't like the road you're on because we know how it's going to end. You have to be the one. We can't do it for you. All we can do is point out the problem. You, Kurt, you need to do something about it. D-Mac, step in here for Kurt.
Listen, self-awareness, Kurt. So throw it out on the table, and it's half the people like that. So right now, and Neal, but isn't there something to it when you have a good team? When we have a good team, so don't you turn on a bad game or bad teams and see, I do. That we're better than, or whether we're going to play them or what to watch out for, stuff like this. But there's something in the back of my mind to watch other teams that are worse than us, that I know that, and I continue to watch it, and I get confident in my team watching other bad teams.
Is this the same, Spenny? Mr. K. Wells 4. I did it with the morning show, and I can stop watching Prime, too.
Damn.
It's not the same, though, right?
No, it's not the same. I'm going to be watching Prime, like I said, but it's not going to be the football game.
Okay. That worries me, though. Like, will that affect their algos? They'll say, hey, look at all the people that were... They'll say you were watching Prime because of the NFL.
No, I'm going to watch Gen V or Supernatural. Watch some Supernatural, too.
Okay.
Oak Island.
I'm not doing the Oak Island thing. I will rake leaves. I will absolutely rake leaves. WoodwardSports.com, chat thread, Jerry Alexander. Bears-Panthers makes no sense for a primetime game. Whoever does the NFL schedules needs to be fired. And I don't care what the excuse is. Every team needs to be on any of that. I don't care what the excuses are. I'm not consuming it. I will stand tall. 313 Kurt, I ask that you join me, but it's apparent you don't have the strength to do it. So we tried calling you out, but the rest is on you. I can't do it. I can't do it for you. So there is that. Here's a question for you about the Lions game against the Chargers. Can we like get this out? Is Justin Herbert good or no?
Yes.
Is Justin Herbert good or no?
He's definitely not
I think
bad.
he's a little bit above average.
But he's definitely not good.
He's not great.
He's not great.
I would say
He's good. I'd say he's good.
Can we chat poll that one?
And he has a chance to be great, but it just hasn't.
He's had a
went out
chance to
that
be
way.
great for 3 years.
Yeah.
So we can chat poll that one. Is Justin Herbert good? Yes or no?
But isn't it, when we talk Justin Herbert, isn't it that we always expect a little bit more? Like, aren't you waiting for just a little bit more? It's like, yeah, you're good, but you could be great. Obviously, because anytime you have that arm strength, right, which is in the back pocket, so you automatically got to be good. I think he's good, but
when do I see it?
I think that's what you're seeing in this league. He's a 500 guy, right? 500 guy's good in the NFL. He's not great. And you look at your guy, right? You're going to compare, and in the past, it'd never be an argument. Who do you want, Jared Goff or Justin Herbert? It'd always be Herbert, but no, Jared Goff in this system is a better quarterback for the Lions. I'm still waiting to see it.
I do agree with Mike G. He has nice hair. He does. You see the SoFi commercials he does and stuff like that.
He's good.
Like good's like rate like 15th, 12th.
That's good.
10 to 15. It's good. It's top half of the league, but he's not great. And hence, you know what? Look at the playoff success of the San Diego Chargers. It reflects their quarterback.
Detroit Dabber 313. He's a fine local Oregon quarterback.
I mean, I'm always expecting more from him. He's one guy that I'm expecting more.
And that sums it up very well.
What's that?
That sums it up very, very well. Like, he just leaves you wanting more all the time. And I will say this for him. He's better than I thought he would be coming out of Oregon. Because then they played Michigan State in a bowl, right? Mm-hmm. When he was there. And I watched that, and I was like, so this is it? I got a lot of Will Levis vibes from it. Because I think he had like 180 yards in that game. Was it like a 6-3 game or something like that? Yeah. I walked away going, this is it?
Here's the question. Is he getting better? Right? Is he improving? Is he getting better?
No, he seems like the same.
Him and Josh Allen seem like right there where you expect just a little bit more.
When are you going to break through?
I think you know what that is? Winning playoff games.
I saw this tweet, and it was like, Josh Allen either plays like he is the best quarterback in the history of the NFL, or he's totally Broussarded. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
It does sound. But there's those vibes to Herbert, man.
Yeah.
Like, he pops up every now and then.
Yeah.
And, and has like a great stat line and all that stuff.
Where does Justin Herbert go in your drafts?
I got him fairly late.
Yeah, 4th, 5th round.
Yeah. Right, so
he's
but
the 5th or 6th quarterback off the board.
But which quarterback off the board?
Like 5th or 6th.
You know what he is in a fantasy draft, D-Mac? He's the one you take where everyone else was taken, but not quite everybody else. You know how there's like that rush, right? Somebody usually does it where Mahomes gets picked early.
He's the top of the second tier.
Yeah.
What do you mean
middle
top
of the second tier?
Like
you take him.
Who goes first, him or Stafford?
Him.
Him now.
Okay, so
him now.
But it's like that second.
But you know why?
Second tier.
But D-Mac, the way you say it right there, you take him because you don't want to end up with Stafford.
Right. Isn't that a good quarterback? Like good, not great, is when okay, you'll take him. Who would you compare him if he was a receiver? or a running back, right?
He's like CeeDee Lamb.
Is he that? Is he where he could put the numbers up, but you expect more out of him?
Yeah.
I think CeeDee Lamb has shown a little more ceiling, though. CeeDee Lamb this year has had moments of greatness.
Yeah.
Moments of greatness.
But he's fighting the consistency, right? That's the one thing is the consistency that you expect. He's good. He's good. You're not mad if you have him as your quarterback, but you expect more.
Don Rivera, Herbert is what Stafford was with the Lions. Are they comparable?
Yeah.
I think yeah, because you can't get to that promised land. Expect a little bit more. You'd have to ask. I know Close had a conference call, so he stepped out. But the L.A. Chargers, San Diego Chargers, is that how they feel about him? Just good, but just not quite get over the edge.
See, because I think that when it's all said and done, his numbers won't be Stafford's.
No, but you're talking about. I'm not talking numbers. I'm talking about eyeball in system, right?
Yeah.
Should be good enough to win, but just isn't on that team. Does he need another team? Time will tell.
Hey, let me tell you what time tells every single time. Tells you that Big Boy has the best burgers in the burger game. And oh, by the way, we proved that with the chicken sandwich run, the burger run, all of it. But now it's getting to wintertime. Now the weather's going to suck. And you guys know what it is. Winter is always better in Detroit with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan. Or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. Spenny, you strike me as a big stuffed potato pancake guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. The classic lumberjack.
What about me?
You're more of a classic lumberjack kind of guy. I've seen it in action before.
With the stuffed pancake.
I'll tell you what, that Southern Comfort Bowl looks pretty good.
It's right up your alley, no doubt about it.
Piece of pie.
The Santa Fe Garde as well, and also new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. That's more your lane, T-Mac. Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
A gingerbread shake? Ha ha! Gonna be a whole lot of Big Boy stopping. Here for comfort foods. Stop by your local Big Boy today. Ha ha! Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
How would you like to win a $100K Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron. Go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas to figure out how you can sign up to win.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, and Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter as well, all of you with Big Mike Gentry. Just chopping it up, and I asked the question, where'd the poll end up? Is Justin Herbert good?
70-30, he is good.
70-30, he is good. Okay. I just asked the question, because at some point I want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. Hopefully we don't see it Sunday. But, you know. But yeah, just kind of chopping it up about the Lions. Certainly, too, some people were talking about the Pistons. A little bit of a rough patch for them right now. And Spenny, I did want to talk about the Michigan State game last night. And look, I'm not going to pile on and stuff like that because it is different. You guys do play Duke. You can cancel that out.
Yes, we can.
For effect with a victory over Duke. 1 of 20 from behind the three-point line. But here's my question, Spenny. Because I was told, and I'm getting a lot of football team vibes from this one, Spenny.
Yeah.
I was told about the recruiting class.
Mm-hmm.
I was told it was natty or bust.
Yeah.
Your words.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the box score, when I got on the bus last night leaving Ohio State, I looked at the box score and I said, man, that is the exact carbon copy of a box score from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Same guys, same dudes, same minutes, same shots.
Yeah.
All of it. Akins and Tyson Walker obviously is a very, very good player. Spenny, what's different?
I mean, I hope these guys get more playing time. I hope Cohen Carr needs to start over Malik Hall, period. Cohen Carr needs to start over Malik Hall. Xavier Booker needs to be a prominent fixture, a big rotation guy if he's not going to start. And Jeremy Fears needs to get more minutes too. Izzo even said it himself after the game, he's going to play the freshman. You have to. After those guys go out there and don't do it,
but
you
Spenny,
have to play these guys.
I know he says it, but it's not. He's proven it time after. It's not in his DNA to do that.
Yeah. Has he said this before? Where he's threatened to
he's never came out and said I'm going to play the freshman.
So that's the biggest thing to me, right? Because I don't remember hearing him ever saying that, and obviously he always goes with the veteran guys and stuff like this. But maybe this is a change. I mean, only time will tell. But what could be a blessing in disguise, right out of the rip. But time will tell because that's the big thing, Spenny.
Yeah.
Do you believe Izzo when he says that? Because I don't recall him ever saying that.
God, I hope so. He should have done it last night. You should have played those guys last night.
And I think him coming out and saying that after the game is him realizing that.
I could see why he didn't do it last night because he's just got to figure that his vets are going to help you beat James Madison. And James Madison, by the way, has been a very, very good program since turning Division I. I know people haven't noticed it. Their football team is 9-0 and nationally ranked, winning the Sun Belt right now. It sounds like they're going to get to go to a bowl. They originally weren't going to be because of the reclassification stupid nonsense that the NCAA does where you show up but you can't do the bowls or all that kind of stuff. It's dumb. But still, with all that being said, Smitty, I believed in his heart that his vets would come through and they would win the game.
Yeah, I thought so too, but they couldn't hit shots. Like I said, Hall, Akins, and Hogard combined for 6 for 33 from the field. That cannot happen. You cannot allow that. You cannot allow them to continue to play shooting at that level. There are guys on your bench that can come in and make a shot. That's all you needed was to make a shot or 2 shots down the stretch, and you would have won that game.
And the reason I asked, Spenny, is so last night's broadcast, the Oakland-Ohio State game, I'm kind of giving the background on Ohio State and where they finished last year and all that kind of stuff. They were 5-15 in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
They started out 2-0. They were 5-15. But they bounced Michigan State from the tournament. They got to the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament. And Let's Go Red Wing Sparty has this in here, and I want to get your response. I'll ask this to you, Spenny. I know the recruiting class, but I saw the same exact team as last year, and that's exact. I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, it was an embarrassing loss for sure. You can't allow that to happen. You need to be better. You need to hit your shots. But I'm not worried about it. I'm not freaking out because they're not going to shoot like that ever again this season. That'll never happen again. That those 3 guys go 6 for 33. That the starters go 0 for 16 from 3. That the team as a whole shoots 1 for 20 from 3. It's not going to happen again.
Nick says we were close last night, Neal. Golden Grizzlies looking good. No, they did. Ohio State was not able to run anything in half-court offense.
Yeah.
Nothing in half-court offense. So I thought that they had kind of retooled, but Ohio State is not a factor in the Big Ten race. I will say that. DNC ENT, so it sounds like Killian and Michigan State swapped bodies last night.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a Michigan State team who led the Big Ten in 3-point percentage, led the Big Ten in 3-point makes last year, and they go out there and shoot 1 for 20.
Yes. Brandon Hasso says, I'm all for switching things up, but it's one game. I trust Izzo. And D-Mac, that's fair. No doubt that's fair.
Well, a lot of the time too is that he's sort of like, for lack of a better term, let them cut their own throats, right? Where he had to play it out that way for the first game because now he can go back and see, like he said, the press conference is now it's going to change. I think you're right. You have against James Madison, first game of the year, you have to put it in the hands of your seniors until they can't do it. Now it opens up. I agree with the chat thread. I agree with everybody saying in Izzo's past, he hasn't gone to the young guys early or, developed the younger classmen and stuff like this. Maybe this is a change that he needs because we agree you need some sort of change, don't you? Mm-hmm. So, and the fact that he said it, and we're saying that he didn't say that in the past. He may inflect upon it, but he didn't come out and say it. He came out and said it.
Right, but that's always been my problem, Spenny, and I feel like that's a frustration that Michigan State fans have had. Like, things have changed in college basketball. It's changed, and you have to evolve too. And I'm not even saying like from a transfer portal perspective, because guys typically don't leave the Michigan State program. Like they don't bounce from there. But I am saying that you do have to adjust with what you're doing. I will say this, though, just to defend Tom Izzo in this, Spenny, and I noticed this because Ohio State had a couple of 5 stars last night that I watched, and I was like, these guys are nowhere near ready to go into Breslin and win a game.
Yeah.
Because that's how you have to judge it, right? Can you go into Breslin and win? Can you go into Illinois and win? Pretty much can you go to Iowa and win? Like, those are hard places to win basketball games. So I will say that. I'll give Izzo the benefit of the doubt with that because he has stayed veteran-laden. But if your 5-star, Spenny, is a 5-star, he's got to be out there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got to be. So, I didn't want to take a ton of time with it. It was something. And look, they go out and they beat Duke. That's the nature of college basketball. Mm-hmm. Like, you can lose it. This isn't college football. Like, you can lose a game like this and everything be fine. Didn't they lose?
Isn't it State's way, though? Don't they always lose?
Yeah, like, I think the year they won the Natty, didn't they lose to Wright State or something like that?
Well, there you go.
Horizon League, stand up. So, therefore, by proxy, Wright State should have won the national title that year.
That's fair.
And we should have got the money split for it. But, whatever. So, that's all. I just want to touch about it for a minute, just to see where it was, just to let Spenny know that I heard about it, but I didn't see it. And he says that's fair, and that's where we're at, right?
That is fair.
Boom. That's why we do these things, Spencer. Ha-ha! Tell him about Guardian.
Absolutely. Guardian Alarm. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security automated solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Nor the Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. Business, personal, it don't matter. Guardian Alarm's got your back, but I need you to call them today. The number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Stay out of shooting 1 for 20 as a team from 3, Michigan State.
Stay out of exercising that player option. Javi.
4 more years.
4 more
years.
Guardian Alarm. Wow. They got your back on big things. Local security experts, tell them Big D Energy we sent you. Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and to trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, and Darren McCarty, and Big Mike Gentry, and Spencer Raxter, and all of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. I'm seeing a lot of chatter about this. And so, let's get into it. Pistons lost yesterday to Golden State. And that, that is what it is. Obviously, Golden State's they got another kick at the can for an NBA title. We'll see. Jokic still doing Jokic things. Did you see his act the other night, Spenny?
Mm-hmm.
He had 14 field goal attempts, scored 27 points, had 9 assists and 14 rebounds.
Yeah, that dude's a monster.
Man, I could get another rebound for that triple-double, bro.
He just wants to go home.
That's really all he wants to do.
That's all he wants to do,
He hates
dude.
playing basketball.
Nikola Jokic is working at a factory. A 9 to 5, half-hour lunch break. When the horn sounds at 5, he's sliding down the dinosaur tail, and he's getting in his car and he's going home. That's literally all he wants to do. He's me when I was a dishwasher back in the day, when I was a teenager. That's me, just waiting for that clock to be over. It's wild. I love that man, though. I love it.
How dominant and just like the way that he does it.
Yes.
Like it's almost, it's one of those things that he's one of those guys that when he's on, you can't stop him.
Yeah. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about was this. And the Pistons have lost 5 in a row, and they're 2-6 right now. And they're going through a stretch, no question. Paul Thomas, is Monty the right coach? And this...
Come on, guys.
Borderline...
Seriously?
Borderline kind of triggered me a little bit. But here's where I wanted to get with this. This is what we wanted, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't this what you wanted? Mm-hmm. We need a coach that's going to come in here and prioritize defense. Your words in the woodwardsports.com chat thread, right?
Yep.
Anybody, mark me here. Feel free to jump out and say, hey, no, Neal, you're wrong. That never happened. Right? We're on board.
We all needed that, and it's setting the foundation, and it's setting the precedence not only defensively, but you look at the big Achilles heel right now, turnovers. Something that needs to be addressed, something that Monty's going to address. You can't address it overnight. It goes back to like Derek Lalonde last year, coming at the beginning of training camp saying, I got to implement a 1-1-3 system, and it's going to take a year for the guys to get onto it. Like, there's a difference. Like, if you're comparing it with the Red Wings, now what you see this year is guys are playing. They're not thinking about where they need to be. Pistons aren't there yet. Pistons are where the Wings were last year with the new coach. Give them time. This is where you expected them to be. But gosh darn it, there's so much potential. They just got to bring it together. He's 100,000,000% the right coach.
Freddie Wise says, come on, bro, don't label everyone and use buzzwords. And then right above that, it's Wheezy D313. Even with the contract, I was neutral on the hire. He hasn't proven to be a better coach than Casey, IMO. And see, Freddie, that's what I'm talking about right there. You guys want some context right now? Being the worst in the league at turning the basketball over. And what do we say? There was a viral clip we had about it. Offensively, what they're going to do is change. That's predicated on split-second decision-making, right? The 1-second offense. Remember, D-Mac?
Yep.
Sat in this chair. We talked about it. The 1-second offense. This was going to be a huge change in what they did. Split-second decision-making. They're struggling with it right now. They are. They're turning the basketball over. Even with the turnovers like that, the Pistons, in terms of defensively and what they're doing, are 7 points a game better defensively than the Milwaukee Bucks.
So, and my comparison, okay, that's great, but where were they compared to where they're at last year? I go just compare this team to itself.
You mean one of the ones they were at times the worst defensively in points per games in the league? Now they're 7 points better than the Bucks.
It's baby steps, guys. It just takes time.
And imagine what they would be like if they weren't giving up 30 points a game off turnovers.
There's you got to think that they're going to get there. With good coaching and they're going to fight their way out of it. Like this isn't something huge, Neal, right? This is sort of to be expected. What did you expect being one of the worst defensive teams last year? There's got to be a commitment to it, and the fact that the stats tell you that slowly but surely they're getting better, you can only compare them against themselves. Then you can throw it against what everybody else in the league's doing.
Okay, so Lloyd Bryan in the WordSports.com chat thread says Monty's making $100 million. The defense is 50% better than it was last year. 50% better. They're middle of the tier right now in the league. You see what I'm saying here, man? Has he come in and made a change? This is what we wanted, right? Did we not say this? Spenny, did you say this?
Yes.
BMG, did you say this? No, you were probably at the Wings game. D-Mac, did you say it?
Absolutely. 100 million%. For exactly what he's doing right now, coaching. Right? It's got to look at where you came from. And to compare him to say that he's not doing anything. Because here's what you guys are doing. You're falling into the Sam Flannel trap and looking at stats. Right? Looking at wins and losses, not looking at the team, the improvement. And I got a ways to go, but I believe with a good coach, with a general manager that knows talent, that they'll work their way out of this. Here's the thing: they work, right?
Yes,
they work, right? It's like they just got to play smarter. It's not about playing hard; it's about playing smarter, and they'll do it together. Look at the youth they have. I mean, come on. I mean, this is something that I think you got to wait. What are they? 8 games into the season? Can we at least wait till they're a third through? Wait till 20 games, 25 games.
It's just I see exactly kind of what I thought I was going to see.
Right.
Where offensively, the decision-making is so fast with what they're trying to do. And then you can't turn the basketball over. Basketball coaches use this term all the time. Greg Campy says this a lot. You can't offensively throw pick sixes. Like 22 turnovers. 22 turnovers. How many of those are run-out dunks, Benny? Roughly a third of them.
Yeah.
Roughly a third.
Mm-hmm. Between
a third and a half. That's directly. Those are points given up directly related to the offense. You can't defend transition, especially in this league. Guys are going downhill. You're on skates. It's a wrap. This was going. I don't know how many times do we got to see this where we think somebody like a coach is going to come in and sprinkle dust on something, and then boom, they're going to be in the playoffs. For real. For real. Especially when you change what you do systematically. And you are not going to play if you can't defend. Spenny, I really thought the people were going to love that. Mm-hmm. Like the whole Jaden Ivey thing. And I really thought, and Monty said it. He said, look, I'm not giving you minutes.
Yeah.
I thought we would love that, D-Mac.
Yeah, we do. I do. So the improvement. One of the big things, too, is I was commenting, and everybody's comment on the difference in free throws and is Cade not getting the calls and stuff like that. You got to earn your calls, and this is all part of the process. And I love what Monty Williams said is he's not going to complain about it till they're good, because it doesn't matter right now. So they got to play through everything, which from my experience only makes you better in the long run.
No, again, and I know people are talking in the chat about how Cade doesn't go to the free throw line and stuff like that. And D-Mac, you just brought that up as well. That's something that's earned in this league. I'm sure it was something that was earned in your league. That's the way that it works, man. That's the nature. That's the nature of the beast. The keys to wisdom. Monty Morris does not turn the ball over and shoots 36% from deep, many times better than Killian. I mean, guys, again, this team is 50% better defensively. I don't understand how you can jump into this chat and say, but Monty makes $100 million, and just ignore the math, ignore the numbers. I know Sam Flannel does narrative-based math, where he whatever benefits him, that's what he'll work with. Was that his take, that Monty's a failure and all that kind of stuff, BMG?
I wouldn't say he was saying he was a failure, but he did have some words to say about Monty Williams.
He ignored the math.
Yeah,
he never mentioned the fact that they were in the bottom 3 in points per game, and now they're 7 points better than the Milwaukee Bucks. He ignored that, right?
Yeah.
That takes nuance. You can't just do a couple of clicks and see that. You got to actually pay attention. So that's what it is. I'm not as concerned as a lot of the people out there are. I'm not as concerned as some of the people are out there. This was going to be part of it. WeezyD313, not understanding what Killian brings to the table still is ridiculous. Whole starting lineup can defend and play make. And it is. It's defensively based, period. It's not tough to understand, guys. It's not. You will defend or you will not play.
Absolutely.
Miss anything?
Nope. He's proven it.
A guy that goes by the name of, quote, Big Squirt Bert, 197, says Neal's just loading up for Wednesdays with flannel. We got a new segment debuting tomorrow, too, in honor of Morning Woodward. Because what Morning Woodward likes to do is come out here and push the easy button. Top 10 list. That's their thing, right?
Read those stats to me, Daddy.
Hey, absolutely. Top 10 list. So we're going to do it, too. We're going to do it our easy button top 5 list every Wednesday. Tomorrow, we got our own top 5. It's actually a power ranking where all 4 of us, or whoever's in the group that Wednesday, will submit their power rankings. Tomorrow, our top 5 list of Woodward shows here at the Woodward Sports Network. So we will rank the top 5 shows here at Woodward Sports Network. We have a graphic for it. And we will kind of break down our position and say where we are with it. You guys like that? We excited for that one?
Yeah.
We'll have such hard-hitting topics of your top 5 your top 5 months of the year. That'll be great, right? Your top 5 beers.
Ooh.
Anything.
I like that one.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We're going to be doing all that. Easy button sports talk, D-Mac. You sign off on that?
No, I'm all about it. Easy button.
Because the Morning Woodward show says you can just put a graphic out there, and that's doing engaging talk radio. So we're going to do it too.
Mike G said top days of the week.
Top days of the week. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Tuesday's high because it's Oak Island, but also, too, whatever day you can experience Dispo Romeo, that's a great day, too. It's a team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. The first ever cannabis mall of its kind is conveniently located off of Van Dyke and 32 Mile in Romeo, just south of the Rhul residence. Dispo Romeo is now open late night until midnight every day except Sunday. Can it get any better than that? I think not. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Feldman Chevrolet and the Feldman Automotive Group. You guys know what it is. 18 locations. So there's a Feldman Automotive dealership in your backyard. Go to feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Let me translate that for you. They do it better than anybody else. Walk in there, get your car, get the keys to car, drive home. I miss anything? That's how it should be. It doesn't need to take 2 days to buy a car. Go to Feldman Automotive, any one of their 18 dealerships in the Metro Detroit area. And, of course, we are appearing live at Feldman Novi, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, every other Monday for Big D Energy. It's Feldman Automotive Group.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
What's up, guys? Wondering what to do for Lions pregame, home games? Well, you can join Woodward Sports and Spenny's new favorite long drink every Lions home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. Where Easter Market, Shed 5, always a bash. Official Lions tailgate back better than ever. How would you like to pregame at Woodward Sports? Some of the celebrities and be a VIP, food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online at bullseyeeventgroup.com or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and direct message Lions VIP.
Coming down the stretch here, final segment of the show, woodwardsports.com chat thread. Jump in there. Super Saiyan Lions, where do you see the Pistons are 7-point better than the Bucks? I see it the other way around. The Bucks are 7 points better, and it shows. Defensively, Bucks are giving up just about 120 a game. Pistons are giving up 113 a game. By the way, the Pistons' point differential is minus just about 4, and the Bucks are minus 3. You see what I'm saying here, guys? But the Bucks are 4-2. So, what's the difference between that, do you think? I don't know. Championship pedigree? You see what I'm saying here?
Top 20 players.
You see what I'm saying here? Like, there are some differences. So, he has came here and changed this team defensively overnight. So you can't say, what has he done? He's mid. He changed it overnight. That's math. That's not my opinion. That's a factual statement.
No, that is factual. Hey, Spenny, real quick, for everybody who was wondering, and when we got on earlier today, Tammy was talking about the bread drive. Here's a picture of all the little,
that's
all
awesome.
the littles becoming, and I love that Tammy said it, becoming amazing human beings. But I guess there was over 10 families that donated, 50 plus items and stuff like this. So this is, what's going on, and I love to see everybody looking out for everybody else. So, again, thank you for everybody, what they do. We're all in this together.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Very cool.
People talking about top 10 list. Shahed says top 10 irrationally hated players in Detroit. No, we do top 5.
Top 5.
Because we're not quite pushing the easy button like they do. And it goes on forever. They got a top 10 list. They squeeze 2 segments out of it sometimes.
It went from
Do I have to have 5?
to 1034.
What'd it go to from?
1009 to 134. Or what is that? Yeah.
1034.
1034. Sorry, it's typed in wrong.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. 2 seconds.
Because you got top 10 lists that go on forever. Let me give you a little piece of advice, too. People check out at about 7. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're going to do top 5. Like I said, we're going to push the easy button, too, but it's going to be good. That's going to be the difference. People are sending in some pretty good ideas. Oh, man. I'm top 10 nicknames for Spenny's little tiny lady. No, we will not. We will not do that.
We should let the chat pick which one we do the week after.
I want to do the Thanksgiving food one.
Oh,
we
that
will.
one's for sure.
Yeah. The Wednesday before. The Wednesday before. Oh, I won't be here.
Oh.
We'll do it the Friday before. I won't be here Friday either because I leave Friday. We'll do it the Thursday before, 1 week out.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Mark me on that one. Jake Wegener says top 10 black alternates, i.e. Black Santa, Black Mark Davis, etc.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. It is almost. We got to get Terry in for a Black Santa update over the holidays.
I talked to him when he was on Woodward in Maine the last time I did it, and I asked him if he can
swing through,
bring Black Santa on the show during the holiday season. He said he can make it happen.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely. Mike G, top 10 role players that Sam Flannel hates on.
We could do a top 20 for that one.
They'll do 2 hours of that one. Yeah. Flannel's worst take, top 5. We could never narrow it down to 5. All right, guys. That will do it for today. We will be back in here. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday, the first iteration of the Big D Energy Top 5 list. Push that easy button, D-Mac. You ready?
It. Already done.
I love it. For Darren McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Exer, my name is Neal Rhul. Thanks for tapping. Top 5 illicit drugs from Jason. I'll defer to Spenny for that one. You want make one for the whole show?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy.
Well, see you later.
Go Wings.